Hello, welcome to Stampin' by Hannah. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for joining me on Friday for a Christmas countdown project and for the final day of my Dashing Dear week. I have loved playing with this stamp set so much. The stamps and the dies are bundled together at the moment to save you 10%. So do click over to my blog where you'll find a list of everything I've used today and links to my online store to grab all of the fabulous products. But I thought I would share this super cute little 3D pocket for you today. Now, I have a plan for these because in here there are, if I can squeeze it out, I can, some of these beautiful indoor balls. Now these, I don't know if they're new or not actually, I don't think I've ever seen them before. These are the green ones, they are mint, and I thought they would be lovely for some after dinner table favours at Christmas. So I might be making a few more of these. I'm going to use the same designer series paper again. This is the frosted Florals designer series paper, and I'm hoping the camera picks up the fact that this has a beautiful shimmer to it. So we've got a cute little self-closing bag, really easy to put together, and a fun little bit of extra on the front. So, are you ready? You will need a piece of designer series paper that measures 6 inches by 4.5, which I think is 15 by 12 centimetres. All of the measurements, I'm going to stick with Imperial because that's what's in my head at the moment, but all the measurements, both metric and Imperial, will be over on my blog, so click the link in the down bar below to find those. I'm going to grab my Simply Scored scoring tool because it's the easiest way to do this, and I'm going to, when I find my stylus in my pot of my pot of tools that slightly exploded on my desk. We're going to insert the designer series paper into the Simply Scored with the short side at the top, and we're going to score at 2 inches and 4 inches. We turn it around like so, and we're going to score at 1 inch. We're going to turn it around again. So you've now got this skinny edge on this side, and we're going to score at 1.5, just down to that what is now horizontal score line, and 3.5. Okay. So you should now have something that looks like that. I hope you can see it. You probably have no chance of seeing it on that side. So I'm gonna fold and burnish on the score lines that kind of go all the way across the card. So that's that one there that's on that short edge. There's one, and then there's the 2 and 4 inch ones that we're going to fold and burnish. Okay, like so. Okay, now what we're going to do is we've got these score lines at the bottom, we're going to cut up every single one. So this one here, up to that first horizontal. There, and that last one on the edge, and I'm going to cut off that skinny piece. I haven't cut that very well. I'm just going to take a little bit more off there because it's just not quite right. There we go. So next thing is some tear and tape. I'm going to pop a length of the tear and tape down this skinny edge. Okay, just like that. We're going to kind of line it up close to that score line, like so. And then, yeah. So I'm going to then take that piece of tear and tape off, and I can never remember the bottom of this. So I do it this way. So we're going to just fold that down like that and hold it with the tippy ends of your fingers, and then that will fold like that. So we've now got a sleeve. Okay, if we take the bottom of that sleeve and push it outwards, you can see that these pieces will then slot into place. So I'm going to go for the 2 sides like that, the bottom, what's going to be the back, and then this one at the front. So I'm going to take a little piece of tear and tape onto that bit. This is the bit that I can never remember work out because I can't see it in my head until I've done it. So I'm going to trim that tear and tape just a little bit, because I've cut a piece that's a bit too long. So, and it will want to bounce back because this is a self-closing box. There's nothing to hold. We're not using ribbon to hold it shut or glue or anything like that. It's going to close by itself. So we need to just fold that over. Make sure the bottom is square and fold that over, and you can see that it's magically shut all on its own. So to open it up, you just squeeze the two sides. You can then pop your chocolate in and fold it back. I tend, because this is quite lightweight paper, if you're using cardstock or a thicker weight paper, it'll hold itself shut by itself. If you squeeze it kind of about a third of the way down, and then it will bend ever so slightly and it will hold itself closed better that way. So the next thing is to do this pretty little detail on the front. And what I have done is I've taken one of the mini, or the smaller deer stamps, and I need a piece of scrap cardstock. There we go. We're going to stamp that in some grey granite. Okay. Just like so. So pretty. And then the Joy stamp is actually taken. It's not in the Dashing Deer. I know it's disappointing, but there just wasn't a stamp, a sentiment quite small enough. So I grabbed the Feathers and Frost, and I've got this Joy here. And this is a photopolymer stamp set, so dead easy to see through. I'm going to stamp this in Tranquil Tide. And I want to tuck this into one of the square corners because I'm going to hand cut it out. So there we go. Now oh, you see what I've done now? Can't get, because I'm using two different styles of ink pad. These are the new ones, these are the ones we stock now, and I've still got some old style ones because I haven't got to purchasing the new ones yet. So the deer has a die that cuts it out, so I'm going to run that through the Big Shot and I'll be back with you in a second. Okay, so that deer has cut out beautifully with that fabulous die. I'm going to take the sentiment piece and my snips and just hand cut that out. Ooh. Yeah, I'm going to take a little bit off of the top as well, just to a bit more there. End up trimming away half the sentiment half the time. So we've now got our deer and our little sentiment piece. I then need a piece of Tranquil Tide, and I've got the 1 1/4 inch punch, circle punch, and we're just going to punch out that. And I have already gone ahead because I've been overzealous when I was prepping, and I have punched out a 1 1/4 inch circle from a piece of gold glimmer as well. And then all I need, where I've lost it, is some of the gold metallic thread. So I'm going to unravel a fair old length. Probably that'll do. I keep my metallic thread from going everywhere by keeping a piece of washi tape on the top. This is retired, this washi tape, because buy heaps of washi tape and then it retires before I've got a chance to use it. So it gets used for things like Big Shot work, holding dies in the right place, and keeping my ribbon and metallic thread from unravelling everywhere. So then we just need to layer this all together. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my circle of Tranquil Tide, I'm going to pop a little bit of snail onto there. I'm going to take this metallic thread, which has now curled itself up into a shape I didn't want, but that's fine. I'm going to take 3 fingers and I'm going to wrap this around my 3 fingers, like so. So I've now got some loops of metallic thread. I'm going to tease them out a little bit, just like that. And I'm going to pop those into that snail, like that. And I've just got one end that just needs to go in. There we go. Like that. I'm going to take then my deer. I'm going to pop some snail on the back of him. I don't know why it's a him. Oh, it is a him, isn't it? Because it's got antlers. Is it those? Oh no, am I thinking of? Yeah. Because they, yeah. It's a stag, isn't it, rather than a deer. And then I'm going to pop the Joy on as well. Now, this one, I kept it really dimensional. I've put dimensionals under each layer, but I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to keep it slightly flatter. But I am going to use a dimensional between the glimmer paper and the Tranquil Tide layer. And the reason for that is that because the glimmer paper is lumpy bumpy, technical term, the dimensional allows for a better hold. So like that. And now this is older glimmer paper, so it does shed. The new stuff doesn't, and it also has a matte back, so it's easier to stick on. But I'm going to use a dimensional on the back of there as well. And then I'm going to pop that onto the front of my cute little self-closing bag, and that is my video for Friday. Thank you so much for joining me. I do hope you've enjoyed this cute little bag. I would love to see your versions. Do either drop me an email with them or pop them over onto my Facebook page. I would love that. Anything you've seen in my video, you can put it to my online store. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you again next time. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.